And we are off.
And 2 different starts. Ooh.
2 interesting starts, though. The bow is in Link's house, and we have arrows in the Sanctuary chest.
So it looks like an Uncle start here on Alex, and the Sanctuary start on prdwong. The goal early for both is probably to get a few bombs here, especially for prdwong, to go into Kakariko and be able to bomb all the walls there he needs to bomb. And for Alex, maybe we're gonna see an early Eastern with that bow, even though it's not required necessarily on Randomizer, unlike on regular open.
Alright, well, we got the Power Glove. Yeah, the thing about Randomizer is a lot of the trap rooms that would require the bow to finish off enemies like the red Igors or the red Mimics are not in there, or don't have to be in there. So it's entirely possible that, you know, Eastern normally is bow locked, but could very well not be today because of the change in what enemies are in Eastern Palace. And we've got 3 non-5/6 crystals in the Light World, so we're going to Eastern at some point.
Yeah, and that leaves all the exciting stuff for the Dark World. All the pendants, the red crystals.
We did forget to mention earlier that we did see the Power Glove in Lost Woods, as Alex is picking that up right now.
Yeah. I would assume he might be continuing to Kakariko, since he started on Uncle and already checked that, and prdwong might be going all the way through Escape, depending on if he feels comfortable with that on Randomizer. Because it can throw you some surprises.
Yeah, it looks like he's heading there. He would have saved and quit otherwise.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alex is going to be making the play to Kakariko.
Yeah, he has no bombs, so that could be a bit of an issue. So unless he finds some bombs here in the first 4 chests, he won't be able to check the 5th chest here in Blind's Hut.
And with a whole bunch of Dark World enemies in Escape, Wong says, nah, I'm good. We got bombs, luckily for Alex, as well as the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so that's some value here early. And we're only a hammer or glove away from Dark World access. Meanwhile, prdwong taking the south route into Kakariko, farming some bombs on the way to make sure he can check those bomb locations.
And the race game just having more bombs.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna go for them.
Library just showing us a piece of heart. And we got boots in the well.
Wow.
And the silver arrows.
Some nice value here early. Some good items. And that's really useful for combat to have the bow and the silvers early in Randomizer. If you have to deal with some of the more annoying enemies, you can deal with them pretty quickly and pretty efficiently.
We also have the Canis Amari in the back of the tavern as we're getting a simultaneous check on Chicken Hut with a heart container.
Yeah, the Chicken Hut can be quite scary early game. If you don't have any weapons, and there can be some nasty enemies in there. But this time it wasn't too bad.
With all that money we picked up in Kakariko, Alex is going to restock his bombs.
Yeah, and both are going to check up the few remaining locations here, and then we're going to see where they're going to continue. We still have the South Shore, we have Eastern, we have the back and front of Escape. So a lot of options here, a lot of ways to continue.
It'll be interesting to see with Wong going south to north through Kakariko, with getting those boots if he makes his way over to Bonk Rocks and does that check as well.
Yeah, that would make sense. You could check Bonk Rocks and then end it maybe at the back of Escape.
Yeah, looks like he's heading for Bonk Rocks. But just more sticks.
Yeah, and just 3 bombs under the water. So no value there either. And invisible enemies here in Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, I think we have the ghosts.
Yeah. They're quite common, I find, in Randomizer.
Back of Escape pretty much just having blue mail.
Yeah, that can help. I mean, some of the enemies deal a lot of damage. Just to mitigate that. Make sure you survive early game.
And other than a heart container, not much in Mini Trolldorm Cave.
Yeah. I mean, we really are just one item away from a lot of locations opening up, so it's really just looking for that one item, that one glove or hammer.
It'll be interesting to see if either runner decides to do a fake flipper or a water walk, but with not having enough money for Zora, it'll kind of complicate things a little bit with that.
Yeah, it makes things difficult. You don't really want to isolate Zora early. I mean, you could check the waterfall chests, you could check the hobo. We'll see. Looks like Alex just gonna save and quit.
Yep. Zora is in logic because we do have the power glove. It's just that all the other Lake Hylia and waterfall checks can't do because we don't have the flippers. But
Yeah,
Alex is going to go ahead and head back to the front of Escape. And with having the silver arrows, that should hopefully make things easier for him with those Dark World enemies we saw.
Yeah, let's hope we don't see too many trolley enemies here.
Boots also helping to just run right past them.
Yeah.
Alright, we got a bottle with some green goo.
So that puts Sick Kid into play as well.
We had a question in chat from Sarah Zelda about their win-loss record. PDR Wong, or PRD Wong, is at 3-4, and Alex is at 0-6.
And yeah, another question in chat. PRD did check the back of his cape. It gave him the blue mail, but nothing else.
Alright, it's time to... Looks like Wong's gonna show us what's in the back of the hospitalist closet. And an Octorok today is holding the big key to Zelda's cell.
And some annoying Tektites here on the way to Sahasrahla. Stopping him for a moment there.
Alright, well there's red mail, and another bottle, and the lamp, so
Ooh.
Eastern is certainly full clearable at this point.
Depending on the boss we get, of course.
This is true. This is Randomizer after all.
So if we find Trinex, or maybe Cold Stare, then it means we have to nope out at the boss and come back later.
Alright, so into Eastern we go. Whereas Alex, getting bombs from the bush crabs, and also gonna do bonk rocks.
Yeah, he's just gonna do some of the checks here. It seems that Wong did earlier. Maybe check Lumberjack as well, to know if he's gonna have to do Aga later.
Certainly seems where he's headed.
I mean, it makes sense to check it once you have the boots, because that means you can actually access the item once you have done Aga. We're still a while away from even being able to do Aga, and it's just a heart piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aga is, at this point, the only reason we would need to do Aga is if we still need it for Dark World access, or if we need it to get to Fat Fairy when we don't have the hammer.
Yeah. So it really depends on the hammer location. If we find the hammer here, then Aga is dead.
Okay, we got a shield held by someone friendly. Doesn't really help us all that much. But Alex is going to check Sick Kid, and has a heart container.
So we're starting to run out of locations here. Seems. Still
Yeah,
have...
I gotta think the seed is pointing him towards Eastern, but with the lamp and the power glove, they can get up to Death Mountain. Can't get very far, but they can at least get up there.
Yeah, they can check the item on, inside the Spectacle Rock Cave, as well as check the hint. They would need either the mirror or the hookshot to go any further. And then we also have a Guinness Cave, which nobody checked, so that's another option.
Yeah, we've basically got... sorry. Okay, Ice Palace's green pendant. We just saw that from Sahasrahla.
That's interesting.
But anyway, like, at this point, we've pretty much got the front part of Death Mountain, like you said. We've got, Aegina's Cave, and Zora is in logic with the Power Glove, and since the game assumes you can farm money, there may be something at Zora.
But yeah, it would be kind of a mess to farm the money for Zora. They're very low there.
Ooh. Oh, that's just nasty.
Yup. But that room is usually nasty on the Randomizer. I've seen things that were even worse than this, so I guess it was still pretty tame. Ooh.
Well, we have an early eyeball shooting gallery.
I mean, that's kind of the perfect boss here, with Silvers and Bow early.
But just a heart container for your troubles and the first crystal of the game 15 minutes in.
Just feels good, though, to destroy Vitreous 15 minutes into the game.
Those silver... I mean, we haven't found a sword or a hammer yet, but those early bow and silver arrows is really gonna help us out a lot. But looks like Death Mountain's a call-in.
Yep, unless he wants to check Agina's cave first.
That might be where he's headed. Oh no, Wong didn't do the front half of Escape because he died trying to do it the first time.
Yeah, so I guess he's gonna do that now with the silver arrows with the red mail. It's gonna be a piece of cake. Also, I'm not sure, did we see both the key and the map here?
The small key was in the back. I don't remember if we saw the map, though. Although, we didn't see Alex go to the, sewer cross, and so it may be that the map's there.
Yeah, maybe, but he didn't have the lamp at the time, so maybe he wasn't too comfortable doing Randomizer dark rooms.
Or there's that. That is also a thing that is true. And Bird named Crow in chat reminding us that the map was in the cell, so yes, there is an item in the Dark Cross room. So actually, we forgot about that, but that is the place where progression could be.
Yeah, it's another location, so he's probably gonna take a death warp here. If he can.
The mini troll arm certainly will help out a little bit. The
Yeah.
Octorok gave him a bit of damage.
I mean, it's one of those scenarios where you don't necessarily want to have red mail. You need to take a death warp. Can take a while.
But Wong gets it done.
Also, Alex picking up the money here in Eastern. Starting to think about Zora, maybe.
Yeah, neither runner's done a Houlihan. So if it comes down to Zora, there's still about 200 some odd bucks in Houlihan that both of them could get to.
Yeah, and that would put Alex pretty close to the 500 he needs. He could still use possibly the one room near desert with the blue rupees under it to farm.
Or if there's 300 bucks in the Dark Cross room. That works too.
That takes care of our money problems.
Alex is taking the opportunity with those bush crabs to get some bomb refills.
Which he doesn't really need since he had 10 already. But yeah, he's gonna take care of Vitreous here. Nice and quick fight.
So pretty much the 4 locations we have left are Old Man, Inside Spectacle Rock, Agina's Cave, and Zora. Progression has to be in one of those 4 spots.
Yep, that's it. So either something that allows us to go into Dark World, or something like Hookshot or Mirror that allows us to go further somewhere else.
Alright, on Spectacle Rock we have a red meringue.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna go out of their way to pick this up.
And Alex is heading to the back of Escape again. Now, he's already done this. This is probably just to get the Dark Cross Room, but there's flippers.
Ooh.
And we know that the compass is in the coffee break room, so no coffee breaks today.
Yeah. But I guess once they clear Hera, they would have seen that anyway, so not the most important piece of information there. And Wong following his flippers here. Checking all the flipper locations.
Bombs just on Lake Hylia Island.
And he's starting with Hobo and then probably using the portal to go up to the Zora area.
Ooh, and hook shot from the Hobo.
So that means you had to go up Death Mountain real quick, grab the flippers, and then go down again and grab that hook shot.
Looks like the Randomizer gave us a little musical glitch after leaving the Hobo area.
Yeah.
Imagine it'll get fixed when Wong goes into the, Alright, and we got Mirror. So Hera is now accessible, but without a sword or a hammer, we can't full clear it.
Yeah, it looks like the game wants them to do everything in Light World before giving them Dark World access here.
Alright, well, Zora Ledge having $100.
Doesn't need those anymore since he now has the money.
Alright, well, there once was a fish named Zora who gives you flippers and vanilla. In Rando, he sucks for $500. We did the stupid trek for a heart piece.
Yeah. I guess that's a thing.
Memory TAS in chat bringing up a good point. This would have been a huge time save had one of the runners fake flippered, because basically getting the mirror and the hook shot allowed you to do so much of Death Mountain, whereas it pretty much was by logic was a required double, air quotes, double dip of Death Mountain.
Yeah, that would have been a huge play, but I understand not doing it because they didn't have the money at the time.
Oh, and Unratu Talks reminding me that we can actually full clear Hera. It all just depends on what the boss is up at the top of Tower of Hera. But there's a hammer, so it won't matter anyway.
Still kind of nice because once he's up there, up on top of Death Mountain, he can use the hammer to go back to Hera. And with that hammer, that puts more bosses in logic than we had before that.
Yeah, I think at this point, pretty much any boss other than Cold Stare or Trinex is basically able to be completed.
Yeah, I can't think of any other bosses that we can't complete. And I mean, Trinex is always the boss you don't want to see in Randomizer, because you need the ice rod and that can't be anywhere. Yeah, chat making a good point here. That means Aga 1 is dead. We're not gonna see Aga here in this seat today.
Yep, because that gives us Dark World access.
Yep, and allows us to access all the locations without needing the Aga portal.
Now, we did see in a hint the hammers in Paradox Cave. Thanks, game. I love how we did that in unison.
Yeah. It's just so classic. The game giving you these hints way too late. Also some Gibdos here in Tower of Hera. It looks like Alex is taking a different route here on Death Mountain. He's gonna do Hera first, and then jump back down and go to the right with his hook shot and do the east side after Hera.
Well, Wong is about to show us how wise of a move that is, based on if we need the hammer to kill the boss.
Yeah. And it is...
It's Trolldorm,
Ooh,
so Wong's gonna have a little bit of an issue.
And he has 3 eyes today.
That hint will actually probably help Alex out a bit, though, because he's going to get the hint that the hammer's in Paradox Cave, and then he's going to see Trolldorm and be like, ew, I should have done Paradox Cave first.
At least he knows where to go, then. And also he might just skip out on finishing Hera for a while, and maybe combine it with Dark Death Mountain, or Turtle Rock, even.
Yeah, well, you can't do Dark Death Mountain right now without the Titan's mitts.
Yeah, sure, but he's gonna find them at some point later. Also, Spiral Cave, not too bad in terms of the enemies. It can be quite trolly. When Alex taking a fall here in Hera.
And he's gonna climb it. It's gonna cost him more time.
That hurts.
And he's about to fall again.
Ooh.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. That Gibdo just being immune to the hook shot.
Finally gets him with a silver arrow. Alright, Wong has made his way to the Dark World, and it's time for some Hype Cave time action.
Yeah. Is it gonna be hype or just the usual disappointment?
Well, let's see. We start with a 20 bucks, so that ain't gonna help. Piece of heart. Bombs. Heart container. And 20 bucks. Yeah.
I would say a big fat 0 out of 10. That's pretty much nothing. Yeah, and Alex realizes he can't clear this dungeon.
But you know what's interesting? We have all the means to clear out Swamp, and that's where Wong's heading.
Oh, wow.
This is interesting, because we still haven't seen a Dark World map check from either of them, so... It's going to be interesting that he's making this early Swamp gamble. I mean, the seed is pretty much giving him everything to clear the dungeon.
I mean, it makes sense to jump in since you can, but it's interesting to not check the map before it. Also, I wonder, is he gonna do left side here? Is he gonna do it first? Is he gonna skip it all together? Or maybe do it after the boss?
One interesting note, because we did switch the music back over to Alex's side, I did just take a listen on Wong's personal channel. This is a pendant dungeon.
Oh, I guess we could switch it back to Wong.
But it's interesting that Wong is continuing to do this even though it is a pendant dungeon.
Yeah, so he really feels like gambling pendant dungeons today, I guess. And it's not like this is his only location. He still has all of the Dark Village available. He still can clear Thieves Town. Also, Pod is fully in logic. Also, Swamp is kind of the most boring dungeon in Randomizer because of a lot of the enemies just aren't enemized.
Well, there's a fighter sword, so this certainly will pay off one way or another.
Yeah, that helps. And looks like he's going straight to the backside, skipping left side at least for now. And this Mimic taking a lot of sword slashes.
Which is weird, because he had the hammer equipped. He could have just hit it with the hammer and it would have died instantly.
Yeah.
Alright, Troldorm is down for Alex.
And we're gonna see the boss here for Wong in a second. See whether he can clear it. Again, the only two bosses he wouldn't be able to clear at the moment are Trinex and Cold Stare.
But it's Lammeless.
Yeah, that's an easy one, especially with the silver arrows.
3 strikes, the Lambos are out at the old ball game.
Perfect. Home run. No nonsense. And it's the red pendant for his efforts, but nothing else.
And not gonna go left side.
Interesting. I didn't count how many items he had available. He didn't check the big chest either.
Yep, we did get a map check though. Turtle Rock is the other 5-6, or Turtle Rock's the other pendant We've got Mire and Thieves Town are your 5-6 crystals.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to the... Nah, I thought he was going to pot, but it looks like he's checking Pyramid first. And Alex also getting his disappointment cave in a second here. And then we're gonna see where he goes in Dark World now.
Looks like Pod is the next play for Wong.
Yeah, seems he wants to get all the dungeons out of the way. Jump into dungeons quick as he can.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Getting hit by that key sends Kiki back and gonna have to pay 10 more bucks to get him.
Yeah, but fortunately it's just a key in the rope here. Not any too annoying enemies that might really cause him a lot of problems with Kiki. But yeah, 5 items here in Pod. It's a crystal as well, and we have all the items we need to clear it. Unless there's a boss we can't kill.
Alright, Fisher Price my first shield. So we were bow locked, but we got the bow from the word go, so... Also, we got Ether Medallion on the South Grove Cave.
Yeah. We're gonna see later if that is needed. I mean, Mire is a crystal and could be locked by Ether.
You know, that joke hint said, I bet you expected help, didn't you? Well, the thing is, most often or not, the hint tiles are pretty much useless anyway, so I wasn't really expecting you to give me any help in the first place, so take that!
Yeah, I'm usually happy when one of them gives me something. Also, Wong backing out of this room for a second, interesting.
I think he had a little bit of trouble with the mini troll dorm.
Also, this has to be a small key here. Yep.
One up 40 in chat asking, I didn't see, did prdwong ever do a map check before going into Swamp Palace? Maybe he drained it and entered before realizing it was appended. He did not do a map check until after finishing Swamp Palace.
Also, prdwong going straight for the boss here. I didn't see, did he pick up the big key even?
Nope. I think...
Oh.
Wait, does he have the big key?
I don't know.
I thought it was... No, he doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Wong, you're forgetting something!
Also, this room is not nice. A lot of red guards in here. A lot of bombs flying around, lots of lag. And he's gonna be disappointed in a second here.
Yeah, kind of forgetting about that, bud.
Yep. Slashing the door for good measure.
Alright, now Alex is into Thieves Town.
Yeah, outside of Ether, he hasn't found anything too big recently. So, most of the checks that Wong hasn't done yet, not paying off for Alex.
So, some people in chat, or there's a question in chat about what Wong's decision making right now. I will say, talking to them in the SRL room before this race started, that Wong was saying he was ready to fall asleep. So I don't know what time zone both Wong and Alex are in, but this may be a consequence of trying to schedule the race between these two runners and maybe just being at a time that's not optimal for Wong.
Yeah, it can get quite difficult if they have different time zones. It can be tough to find a time that fits both. Also some annoying enemies on the bridge here in Pod. Some rollers on the pokey.
And because it's Randomizer, we don't have to take the maiden to the boss. We can go see it, that it's Cold Stare. So, alright, in Titan's Mitts... So real quick. Titan's Mitts are in Pod. That'll help. We saw the Cold Stairs in Thieves Town, so we will absolutely need either Bombos or Fire Rod to be able to finish Thieves Town.
At least it's not too much of a time waste to check the boss.
Yeah, especially because you can go right to him.
Yeah.
With Randomizer, we don't... The maiden is essentially removed, and you just can go right to the boss.
And we get the bug net here in the Dark Maze.
Alright, so let's try this Pod boss room again.
Yeah. He's gonna pick up the health. He knows there are some annoying rooms on the way.
Just a bit outside for Alex with that bomb throw, which, again, don't need to turn on the lights for this boss fight.
Yeah, but it's nice to give Cold Stare some light. Not having it in the dark. And he can do this fun room again. Experiencing all the lag again.
Alright, Pod boss is the Armos Knights.
Nice and quick with the silver arrows.
Ashes, ashes, the Armos Knights fall down.
Yeah, and one was stuck on the spike here.
Alright, so we have the Arrow of Destiny on Bumper Cave.
So I guess that means cave not required today.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a Graveyard Ledge check from Alex. Wouldn't be surprised if Wong is heading there as well, but also gonna route in King's Tomb with it. Or just go into Skullwoods, that works too.
Yeah, it looks like he really wants to go into the dungeons early. Focus on those instead of overworld. Ooh, we got the Fire Rod here in King's Tomb for Alex.
Well, guess you can go back and finish off Cold Stare in Thieves Town.
Yeah, second time today he gets the item he needs about a minute after seeing a boss. It looks like he's gonna continue over to Catfish here. Get that annoying location out of the way.
So other than Red Shield, we didn't really see much in... Didn't see much in Skullwoods. And with that Fire Rod, I was actually about to get to saying that we're kind of running out of locations, but finding that Fire Rod in King's Tomb does open up Ice Palace.
Yeah. We also still have Dark Death Mountain available, which nobody checked, since we found the mids earlier in Pod. And I don't think either of them did the Smith chain. I mean, Alex obviously didn't without the Titan Smiths, and Wong didn't do it either.
Although I think this is the flanktuary check for Wong. He'll probably get the Fire Rod here.
Yeah. And Alex taking his route all the way around the world. Started at Hype Cave. He's probably not gonna finish it at Pod.
And it looks like Alex is going to head for Pod.
Yeah, it makes sense. He hasn't found really anything so far that helps him. So that leaves only either going into Skullwoods with a Fire Rod, or going into Pendant Swamp, or clearing Crystal Pod, which he can do with the items he has.
Flame Onion in chat just realized that Alex doesn't have a sword yet. Yeah, Wong made an interesting, intriguing play of going into Pendant Swamp without doing a map check. And went ahead and decided to go through Pendant Swamp, and that's where that first sword is.
And Wong going straight back into Skullwoods. Gonna finish it up here if he can.
Oh, right, I forgot about that part of the Fire Rod helping there, too.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an interesting part of the run. Because that modular room, that can be trolly depending on the boss you find there. Ooh.
That's not fun.
Doing some nice hookshot strats though to get through there. At least this torch room isn't too bad.
That's very mean that the Randomizer puts 2 Gibdos in there, and then it's another enemy that has the small key.
Yeah.
And we got Argus. So Menu Simulator 2018, here we come.
I mean, he could do fighter sword spins as well. I guess neither is too great of an option here.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
And also, I'm glad Alex didn't go back into Skull Woods. Oh no, wait, he could have cleared it. Yeah.
Alright, Wong's now gonna try fighter sword spins.
Yeah, maybe the better option, not having to menu all the time. I mean, at least he has a red mail, so he can take a few hits here.
This is probably like the worst possible way to have fight Argus right now. This is one of the worst menu layouts for the Menu Simulator, as well as the fact that you're in this room with all these spikes.
Yeah. I mean, at least he has the silver arrows for the second phase, so that shouldn't be too bad.
And he does get into the second phase. Tried to go Fire Rod first, but didn't have any luck, and he was gonna chug that potion.
Yeah. That was an interesting fight. Argus kind of flailing around in the end.
But, gee, good job, Wong, on that Argus fight. That was nuts.
Now he picks up his 4th crystal, and he got the worst boss room out of the way. Also looks like he's going all the way back through Skull Woods here. He could have saved some time mirroring and taking the portal again, and then continuing in Dark Village, since this is probably where he's gonna go.
Yeah, he hasn't done Thieves Town yet, so I imagine that's next.
Yeah. And he can clear that, since he does have the Fire Rod for Cold Stare. He needs to pick up some magic on the way, though. I'm not sure if he has used all his potions.
So, Akatinka asking what had happened to Alex that he's so far behind. A lot of it is execution, and I don't want to say bad choices, just unfortunate choices. Like, for example, Hera had Trolldorm. Both runners had Mirror and Hookshot. Wong decided to go the Hookshot route, check Paradox Cave, and found the hammer. Alex, meanwhile, went the Mirror route and did Hera first, and then found that Trolldorm was up there and you needed the hammer in order to, you know, finish off Hera. And then going to Thieves Town and finding that Cold Stare is the boss without the Fire Rod, and then finding the Fire Rod in King's Tomb. So it's just kind of been... He's been having to do a lot of double dips on dungeons that just, unfortunately, the way this particular seed is laid out, you know, just kind of fell the wrong way for him.
But yeah, Wong not checking the boss first, instead going the normal route and clearing out the rest of Thieves Town here. And
So-
Alex... Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. All I was really going to say was, I mean, at this point, for certain we need the flute, and for certain we need whatever medallion we need to get into Mire. We have found the Ether Medallion at the South Grove Cave. But those are the two things we absolutely need for Go Mode, and then at that point it really just depends on, do we have a Trinex in our way?
Yeah, and we also need another sword.
True, I did forget about that.
Yeah, it's easy to forget. But with 3 more sword upgrades in the item pool, should be one on the way, hopefully.
Tekarak also saying we need desert access, which could be a book. Well, that's why I'm saying you're right in that if we find the book and the flute is in desert, that would be the intended access. But we can go the back route with the flute, Titan's Myths, and the mirror.
Yeah, and since we already have Titan's Myths and Mirror.
And Alex is heading back to Thieves Town and gonna take on Cold Stare.
Yeah, pick up this crystal real quick. I mean, it's gonna be an annoying fight. Unless he wants to potion up his magic, maybe.
Well, Wong's gonna have to chug this green potion just to get Cold Stare out of the ice. Gets it done. You can try putting Cold Stare in a corner, but without at least a Tempered Sword, Cold Stare is getting out.
Also, Wong now switching to the hammer.
So we got simultaneous Cold Stare fights. Alex has 2 of the eyeballs down, just 1 more to go.
Yeah, he could clear it a bit quicker with a Fire Rod. Now
Yeah, but he ran out of magic. And we got simultaneous Cold Stare kills for 20 bucks and a crystal. Wong's now going to take the opportunity to check Sick Kid. Whereas Alex is going to start the Smith chain.
Yeah, with the mirror and the boots, that's pretty quick check. Also, not having a sword here for Alex means he can't do the hammer dash. Has to hammer each peg down individually, which is gonna take a lot of time. And just for a big 50.
And I imagine Wong's gonna do the Smith chain too. He just hasn't done Digging Game yet.
Yeah.
So it certainly feels like at some point we're gonna have to go into Ice Palace, because... Well, there is Dark Death Mountain, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah. I mean, if Turtle Rock is Ether, we could then go there as well once we're on Dark Death Mountain. So that's a potential 5 more items. Yeah, Alex delivering the chest here, and then it's decision time. He still has Swamp available as well.
Which we know all that's there is a sword. Which would certainly help with not having a sword an hour in.
I mean, there could still be something on the left side, which Wong didn't check. And I mean, if Alex decides to check Swamp and check the left side as well, and there is something in there, that would be a huge advantage for him. Because I doubt Wong is gonna go back into Swamp anytime soon.
But alright. Alex is making the Swamp play.
Yep, makes sense here. And Wong walking down, making these checks on the way, and then delivering the purple chest after.
And Wong now gets his Ether Medallion.
And Alex getting to enjoy his troll hint. I think it's been the 3rd one this seed so far.
So Alex is going to get his sword here.
Yeah, that's certainly gonna help him. And looks like Wong is gonna go over and check the desert ledge, as well as Agina's cave, which we still haven't checked.
Alright, Wong, where are you going next? Dark Death Mountain.
Ooh.
And an hour and 5 minutes in, Alex finally has his first sword.
And looks like he's going left side. So he's making the gamble here. Deciding to see if there's something that can give him an advantage.
Alright. Super Bunny Cave just having 320 bucks.
Yeah, not really needed at that point. We've done all the money checks. Now he still has Hookshot Cave, 4 items in here. And then maybe Turtle Rock.
This is Pendant Turtle Rock, though.
Yup.
But, toot toot, there's the flute. And the ice rod.
So no word. Ooh.
And a master sword. Wow.
That means we could be in go mode here, depending on the Meyer medallion.
Turtle Rock medallion is ether. And left side swamp having map and compass. That's why Wong noped out.
Yeah, there's only the item in the big chest. But yeah, this is looking really bad for Alex.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor High Roll, we ask that you join us. It's time once again for the playing of the National Swag Duck Anthem. And with that, the Hawk's about to rock, and we salute you.
Yep, and we're gonna go straight to Meyer area probably here. And check if we really are in go mode.
That will tell us, because that's basically all we have left. If this is Ether, Wong's in go mode. And it is 1 hour, 9 minutes, 10 seconds. prdwong is officially in go mode.
So we're having a jet seat here. Just having to clear 2 more dungeons and then going up to Ganon's tower. And then being done with this seat pretty quickly. But yeah, Alex going back for the big chest here, hoping there's something in here, hoping that the swamp gamble pays off, but we know it won't. He knows it's just gonna be more pain for him.
But it's just a piece of heart.
Yeah, could have been a sword at least to help him some. Would have been nice in this situation.
Alright, well, they haven't taken a chance yet, but please be sure to give Alexhax and prdwong follows on Twitch. They've been putting on quite an entertaining race for us today, and certainly deserve your follows.
Absolutely.
Does Wong know he's in go mode? I certainly think so, the way he's playing this.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't check the hint earlier, so I assume he does.
Alright, we got blind in desert.
We've had a nice variety of bosses here. I think we haven't seen any boss twice, which is kind of nice. I've seen seeds where it's just been one boss 4 or 5 times.
But blind is down.
Yeah.
That is 6 crystals for prdwong.
Just having to clear Meyer here. You can go mode it. It can be pretty quick depending on the big key location.
Alright, so Craggy P said, just got here, but let me guess, Skullwoods is Trinex. No. We had some unfortunate routing decisions on Alex's end that's kind of led to the difference in this race. We had Hera be a vanilla Trolldorm, but Hammer was in Paradox Cave. prdwong routed Paradox before going to Hera. Alex went to Hera, then routed Paradox when he got stuck at Trolldorm. Also, Alex did Thieves Town, and Cold Stare was there, but Titan's Mitts were in Pod, which led to well, actually, you didn't even need the Titan's Mitts because you could just mirror through to get to the Fire Rod and King's Tomb. So it's a lot of, unfortunately for Alex, it's been a lot of unfortunate routing decisions that have led him to double dipping a lot more dungeons than Wong has had to do.
Yeah, and Wong's routing pretty much has worked out perfectly.
Even with, when we thought a very questionable going into a pendant swamp palace, but there was a sword there, and that has certainly borne out that you needed to get that sword.
Yeah, as well as skipping left side, so saving a lot of time there, which Alex checked as well. No Godmire for us today, so the big key is somewhere on the left side or in the other small chest on the right side.
And there's Bombos.
Yeah. I guess we're not gonna use that even once in the seed.
If there's another Cold Stare in here, I could certainly see Wong maybe pulling it out there.
Yeah, true. That would make sense.
And time for Treadmill Argus with Menu Simulator 2018.
Yeah, fun times here for Alex.
Wow. Medallion Mire. We got Bombos and Quake as the 2 items. But the big key is going to be in his vanilla location in the cutscene room.
So, yeah, this is... Go modding Meyer didn't help him here. Still all the locations checked that he would have normally checked.
Paul the Black, why is Alex still on Fighter Sword? Because that Fighter Sword was in Pendant Swamp Palace, and the only other sword we've found is in Hookshot Cave. And Alex hasn't been back up to Death Mountain yet to get it.
I assume this is gonna be... Death Mountain is gonna be his next check after this. So he will get his Master Sword soon, hopefully.
How very linear of Argus to kind of stay in one route.
Yeah, at least he's being nice there. Makes it a little bit easier to hit him with a silver arrow. Also, that spike there on Wong, just when he's dashing up, getting surprised there.
Such as Randomizer. Wow. I laugh, but if I was in that position, I would be so frustrated right now. Alright. And we have Trinex in Misery Mire.
This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be really
Oh
rough.
no. Oh no. Wong's in trouble. The goo still does damage and he doesn't have any invincibility. Oh!
Yeah.
Press F to pay respects.
I think some trip to the potion shop might be in order.
Probably. I would think. Alright. Looks like Alex is about to get his goodness that was in Hookshot Cave.
At least he didn't go into Pendant Ice Palace.
Alright, let's try this again. Alright, Flute and Ice Rod and Master Sword. A lot of blue items for Alex.
All that blue goodness.
Technorock also pointing out with Trinex being in Misery Mire, that means that Hook Ice Rod was required.
Yeah, fortunately it was right next to Flute and Master Sword, so not too bad there.
Alright, and Alex is making his way to the Mire Desert area.
Looks like he's gonna check more items here. Maybe he wants another sword. Maybe he doesn't feel too comfortable with Master Sword.
But just finds 2 pieces of heart.
I mean, he got an extra heart container from it, so maybe a little extra safety.
Alright, round 2, fight! Interesting that in here, the ice head doesn't drop any ice.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. And using his first potion here.
Alright, phase 1 down.
Great job on the first phase. Also, not using hammer here is kind of interesting.
He's got health and 2 blue potions. He should be fine, but gets it done. Has a bunch of rage slashes for that Trinex. But he does conquer him. Gets a map. And crystal number 7, so you know what that means. It means there are 22 locations where that Ganon's Tower Big Key can be in the basement of Ganon's Tower. If you want to play in our guessing game, you need to guess a number between 1 and 22. Having subscribed to one of our 6 speed gaming channels or donated 250 bits. Haunted Quest, what's your guess?
I'm gonna go with 17.
I'm gonna say 5.
So nice and quick versus pretty deep in.
Okay, a couple people in chat put in their guesses before the bot started, so I would double check and make sure you got your guesses in. So we should have no problems finding that big key, I would say. In the last couple seconds before we head into Ganon's Tower, and guesses will be closed at that point.
Yep. And again, it's a really quick seed entering Ganon's Tower here at an hour and 26 minutes.
And guesses are closed. Alright, number 1, compass. Number 2, heart container. No
So
key, so you gotta go left side.
Yeah, unless he wants to do some maybe wackier routes where he goes right, left, right, or something.
3 is a big 20.
Still no keys.
Alright, number 4. Tempered sword.
Oh, that's nice.
5, small key, 6. Another small key, 7. Map. Eight, the book. Alright, chest number 9. There it is! Alright, the first guess from a sub or supporter was Book Lord at 9, so congratulations! You've been added to our leaderboard.
Congratulations.
Alright, so while we were doing the big key guessing game, we had a question from Stormy Treasure about how the tournament is set up. Was only asking about group stage, but I'll go over the whole tournament. So we had qualifiers to start in the month of October. That got us a group of 96. From there, we've put all those 96 runners into groups of 6, so 16 groups altogether. And then from there, they have to run against each other of the 5 other runners in their group 3 times, so a total of 15. The top 2 from those groups will then be seeded into a bracket, and then it will be a best of 5 bracket stage until we get our champion. And Wong is in the gauntlet.
Yeah, and he's making use of that bombos that he found in Misery Mire.
I mean, when you have a whole bunch of Henoxes in here, I would certainly be using whatever medallions I could.
Yeah. I mean, he could be using bombs against them as well, but it's still probably quicker to use the medallions.
Bracket stages, I believe, start in December.
Yeah, I think it was like 6 weeks total for the group stages. Some time, about 3 weeks or something.
And we have another Vitreous in the Lambo 2 room.
Second Vitreous today. An hour and 15 minutes after we saw the first one.
Alright, down goes Vitreous. Sometimes the Randomizer makes rooms a lot easier to deal with, and then there's times like that where it actually makes it harder.
Yep. Really depends on the kind of room you get. I find usually in Ganon's tower, it tends to make some rooms easier. Because you get easier enemies. But this doesn't look easy. Does a good job here though, avoiding the laser beams.
Oh no. Did Wong just despawn Ganon's tower?
Oh no.
Okay, well there was a wall master. But I don't see. Oh no, 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 no!
No! No!
Yeah, I think Wong did the glitch.
Yeah.
Because there's a cold stare, but no cold stare. He doesn't realize what's going on.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, there is a glitch that if you go up the room, or go up that ladder at the same time that the door is closing, that will despawn all of the enemies in Ganon's tower, and you have to start the gauntlet from the beginning. And I don't think he knows what's going on. Okay, now I think he knows. Dude, you gotta go outside, though.
Yeah, he has to go out. I think he's gonna realize soon he has to go out here.
Oh, okay, no, there are the enemies. Okay, you just had to mirror, that's all.
Good. I mean, he can't afford it time-wise. He's still ahead. So it's pretty... It's not the worst time for that to happen.
Alright, Tekarok correcting me that the mirroring does count.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense when you think about it, since a mirror does respawn all kind of enemies that you killed, and respawn items pickups you found under pots as well.
Alright. So we're gonna have to see this climb again.
More bombos for him. Maybe he did it on purpose because he just wanted to see those Hinoxes again.
Alright, so we're still making our way through GT.
Yeah, just clearing these rooms again. We don't know where Alex is at, unfortunately.
Alright, Wong, wait. Just wait. Or not, that works. As long as you don't despawn again, that works.
Yeah, he's good now. No more threat here.
Wong, okay. Alright, time for some cold stare fight.
Yeah, not the easiest room to fight cold stare in.
Alright, just one more to go for Wong. Let's take some blue potion here.
Yeah, he's playing it safe, and I can understand it. He really doesn't want to do the gauntlet for a third time.
Alright, time for the geometry wars.
Looked like a double on the first one.
And there's another double. And with that, Aga 2 is down, so it is time for the big pig! Alright, so 12 Tempered Sword slashes for phase 1 and 2.
Then 4 in the third phase. And then we have the silvers, 4 shots with the silver arrows. And Ganon is finished.
Alright, we're into phase 3. Do we find the arrows in the light world? Yes! Here's one in your face! Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there.
No problem.
Alright, that's 2. And there's a double, and that will do it. And with that, prdwong finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG's to prdwong. We, of course, were having stream problems with Alexhax, but I can report, according to SRL, he does have an official SRL time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 10 seconds. So GG's to both of them. Alex did have a local recording, so we will be able to verify that if needed. And we've got prdwong in chat. We're going to go try and see if we can get Alexhax as well. GG.
Hey, thanks, GG.
So how you feeling?
I can't remember the last time that Ganon's Tower sprite glitch happened to me. And I was, all this time I've been pretty sure that if you go and you pick up that magic pot at the end, that takes enough time that you can't run into the glitch. But apparently you can. I picked up both the heart and the full magic pot, and then I ran into the glitch.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, it happened. We also have Alexhax now joining us in chat. GG's. So, to both of you, that was quite the jet seed.
Yeah, the thing was the lack of the sword, I think.
Yeah, that was something we were going to ask you, Wong. You made a very early play into Swamp Palace without doing a map check and seeing that it was a pendant. What was the thought behind the risk of doing that?
So that was a mistake, but I realized it right when I entered Swamp Palace. I was like, oh wait, I forgot to do the map check, so I have no idea. But I rationalized to myself that it gave me all the Swamp Palace items really early, mirror and flippers and hammer and hookshot, that I was like, well, even if this was a pendant, I think I should go in here anyways. There's probably something in here. So I told myself, I'll just go through to the end, and if it's a pendant, all right, that's fine, no big deal. I probably would have done it anyways. It was a little disappointing that I didn't really find anything. I mean, I did find the sword, but yeah, I should have done the map check. I don't know what I would have done if I had done the map check. Maybe I would have done pod and then swamp. I don't know, but it was a mistake.
Okay. So, Alex, are you there now?
Pardon?
There we go. There we go.
All right, GG guys.
So, how you feeling, Alex?
Well, I'm actually not too unhappy with the way the seed turned out. I made some unfortunate choices that, well, cost me quite some time in the end, but the execution was fine, not very good, but okay. Yeah, I'm not too unhappy actually.
Yeah, it's not really that you made. It was kind of just a bunch of unfortunate things, because we saw the hint that the hammer was in Paradox Cave. Wong routed, because you both had the hook shot and the mirror. Wong decided to go the Paradox Cave route to Hera, and then got the hammer, so it could go right to Hera from there. Where Alex went through the mirror route and then went up Hera and found that it was still a vanilla troll dorm and kind of needed that, and then went to Thieves Town Cold Stare was there, and then after dipping Thieves Town, found the Fire Rod and King's Tomb. So it was just kind of a lot of unfortunate item placements based on what bosses were in what dungeons.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, it wasn't, like we said, it was a really fast seed. I mean, you got a lot of the items. The sword was pretty much the only trolley thing, but both of you ended up going into Swamp Palace to get that first sword.
Yeah, I actually was concerned already. I made a mistake submitting the settings for the race as I didn't find a spot for so long, so I thought I accidentally picked swordless or something. So I was quite happy when I found the sword, and yeah, it kind of yeah, made me relax a little, because I was really worried.
Yeah, that was in my mind. When I got the sword in Swamp Palace, I was like, well, I feel like I got this early. Like, Alex is probably not going to go into Pendant Swamp, and so at least I have a little bit of advantage there. And then the speed kept going on, and I wasn't finding another sword. So I was like, oh, maybe he's like running around swordless this whole time, and then that would be really good for me. And then I got all the way to, I think, Village of Outcasts was the last worrying thing. Like, if there was a sword there, then I was like, okay, the swamp didn't really pan out for me. But I was slowly getting happier as the seed went on, and there were no more swords.
And then, of course, Alex, we never got to see it with your stream, but with Wong, we did also see the Trinex in Mire, and having to try to deal with those heads with the damage, with the goo there taking damage from trying to hit the two small heads.
Yeah, I was really worried actually at that time. I was like, I had a heart rate of 150 and thought hopefully you can get this, and luckily it worked out in the end.
So, Wong, I guess the last question I'll have to you is, you right now are, well, going into this race, you were tied with I Am the Schwartz in your group in terms of getting the second, in terms of trying to get the second, or into second place, because Salty Fry pretty much is almost wrapped up Group E for first place. But how are you feeling heading into the rest of the bracket stages in terms of trying to get to into the second place?
I think I'm behind, but I don't really care that much. Like, I'm playing these seeds kind of for fun and seeing just what happens. The reason is because if you go by the number of wins so far, yeah, I guess I'm ahead or whatever. But Emo took a game off of Salty, whereas I lost all three, and then she also took a game off of me. So, I mean, if we just perform on par with what our seeds are, I think she'll probably take it. Probably in the end, like, any one of us could take second place, but that's not really what I'm shooting for or anything. I just want to play the seeds.
Certainly makes sense. I mean, honestly, I didn't even bother running the qualifier or whatnot. I'm just enjoying this tournament from the safety of the commentary booth.
Yeah, I took the qualifier seriously and just tried to pull out all the stops and make sure that I qualified. But the group stage is where I just want to let loose and have some fun.
Well, certainly you guys, all of you runners, have been providing us with all of this entertainment. And again, for both Alexhax and prdwong, you guys both deserve follows on Twitch for all of this rando action we've been getting over the past month. Alex, I know unfortunately you don't have a win yet, but how are you feeling in this tournament so far?
Well, I'm actually not feeling too bad. It's quite unfortunate I don't have a win yet. I actually had some chances already, but my execution wasn't on point so far, unfortunately, and I hope I can finally execute well with decent routing, good decisions and get my first win sometime soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully you can get it. So, Haunted Quest, and any final thoughts from you before we wrap up shop today?
Not much to say. It was a really entertaining race from both of you. GG again, and good luck for the rest of your tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of you. Alright, so do want to point out we do still have randomizer action coming up later today on the Speed Gaming Network. We do have at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, so starting in about an hour, we will have Lara GG versus Solski. We'll have All Dungeons Hard Key Sanity. And on the ALTTP Randomizer channel, we will have a restream there between ALG Andy and Matt7898, where we will have Swordless Inverted. 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 4, we'll have All Dungeons Swordless Hard Mode between Korek and Asmati Games. And on Speed Gaming 5, between ZZZ Cube and Glan, we will have Inverted Uncle Dessured Sword. So be sure to stick around for all the tournament action still going on today. Plus, on the main Speed Gaming channel, we still have the SNES Superstars tournament going, or no, it's not a tournament, but Super NES All Superstars marathon going on. They will be showing off the link to the past randomizer at 6 p.m. on the main Speed Gaming channel, but that is pretty much what you've got on the schedule for the rest of the day, so certainly should keep your eyes out on the Speed Gaming if you're looking for some more action. So, Haunted Quest, again, it was certainly a pleasure to have you in the commentary booth tonight.
It was a pleasure to commentate with you as well.
And we also do want to give a shout out to our tracker, Phantom Black Ice. Did a great job keeping track of all the items that we had in this crazy seed. So for that, I think this is going to wrap up shop here. Again, thank you to prdwong and Alexhax for the great race today. For Phantom Black Ice, Haunted Quest, I am Jex Reffi. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next mission.
Goodbye.